Welcome to David Ships and the start of the build series for the 1 in 350 scale HMS Hood. In this video, I will show you the kits that I'm going to be using in the construction of this model. The base kit that I'm going to be using for this model is the plastic kit by Trumpeter. It's number 05302. It is the Trumpeter 1 in 350 scale HMS Hood. To enhance the kit, I'll be using a super detail upgrade kit by FlyHawk. This detail upgrade kit is specifically made for this Trumpeter kit. In a first for me, this super detail upgrade kit comes with its own detail upgrade kit, which includes resin replacement parts for the turrets and UP launchers. This detail upgrade kit must be used with FH350098, which is this super detail upgrade kit, which must be used with this model. Finally, I'll also be installing a wooden deck. The wooden deck is by Pontos, and it is compatible with this plastic kit. Let's take a look at the contents of these kits. First, I'll show you the Trumpeter kit. As one might expect, this kit contains an instruction manual. This comes in the format of a typical instruction manual from Trumpeter. We can see that the kit contains several components to construct the hull and the deck, and then sprues A through F and a stand. The kit also contains photo etch parts that can be used to replace some of the plastic parts. And finally, this kit contains a decal sheet. It is also possible to purchase metal parts for this kit, but these are sold separately and I have not bought them. Instead, I'll be using the FlyHawk Super Detail upgrade kits. The kit includes a paint guide. However, there is one notable mistake on this paint guide, that is the color of the hull. And after the fiasco of the Roma ship that I built and painting that hull in the wrong color, that is not a mistake that I am keen to make again. So I will be painting the anti-fouling for the hood in a dark gray. The color that I'll be using to paint the superstructure is XF53, and the color that I'll use to paint the anti-fouling will be XF24. From what I've been able to find on the anti-fouling for hood, my understanding is that it should be a darker shade of gray than the superstructure. Unfortunately, the exact shade of gray that it needs to be is unknown, so this is my best guess. But I think that dark gray will be a better representation than red in any case. Moving on to the larger pieces, first we have the lower hull. This gives you an idea of just how long this ship is. At the waterline, this model is roughly 740 millimeters long. The upper hull for this kit is just a single large piece of plastic. This kit can also be built as a waterline model by replacing the lower hull with this plate. Moving on to the deck, it comes in three sections: a forward section, a midship section, and an aft section. After a quick test fit, it appears that the main deck sections fit together on the hull quite nicely. There's one more large piece of deck, and that is this piece, the level 1 deck. The last of the large loose parts in this kit are the stand and its nameplate. Now for a quick look at the sprues. This is the A sprue. It contains the parts used to build the forward part of the superstructure and the bridge. This is the B sprue. It mostly contains parts to build the bases of the funnels and the forward tripod. The C sprue mostly contains walls rising out of the main deck to support the first level deck. The D sprue contains the parts used to build the mainmast and the aft of the superstructure, as well as many of the components that go underneath the hull. There are two E sprues. The E sprues contain the parts used to build the armament. Most notable are the main turrets. But you can also see some secondary turrets and anti-aircraft guns, as well as UP launchers and search and signal lights. And the final set of sprues, the F sprues, of which there are two, contain the parts used to build the funnels and the motor launchers. The only non-plastic parts that are included in this kit is this rather small photo etch sprue. These parts are a replacement for plastic parts that are already included in the kit. I'm not sure if I need to use these photo etch parts. They might be replaced by parts from the FlyHawk kit, but time will tell. The very last component of this kit is this decal sheet, and it contains flags and load level markings. In general, the parts look to be of good quality. However, I did notice a fair bit of flashing on many of the sprues. But I don't think this is going to be much of a problem. It looks like it'll be quite easy to clean up. As for the detail level, it seemed okay to me. It's definitely not the most detailed kit I've seen, but it is satisfactory. I think the super detail kits will make up for the rather average level of detail that this kit has. I'll now show you the first of the super detail upgrade kits. I suppose this is the base detail upgrade kit, which the second detail upgrade kit expands upon. The instruction manual for the FlyHawk Super Detail Upgrade Kit comes in its typical format, which is this rather unfortunate, very long page. It is printed on both sides, and there are 2 of these pages. Why they don't make it into a book, I don't know, but these are very awkward to work with, and I would much prefer that they put this in a book format with some more normal size pages, rather than whatever this is. The kit consists of 13 photo etch sprues, some brass barrels, and some resin parts. The A and B sprue contains detail parts for the mast and the top of the funnels. The C sprue contains more detail parts for the top of the funnel, and the D sprue contains parts for the crane and hatches. The E and F sprues contain detail parts for the motor launchers and details for the top of the main turrets. The G sprue contains a whole lot of what look like storage cabinets, and the G sprue contains the components used to build the pom-pom guns. The I sprue contains the wave brake and some staircases as well as hatches, and the J sprue contains oars and a lot of cable spools as well as photo etch anchors. The L sprue contains a whole lot of parts that aren't mentioned in the instruction manual, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with all of these. And the K sprue contains more hatches and storage compartments. And finally, the M sprue contains the handrails, some step ladders, and the degaussing cable. As for the brass parts, there are 8 replacement barrels for the 15-inch guns, 14 replacement barrels for the 4-inch anti-aircraft guns, 24 replacement barrels for the pom-pom guns, 3 resin parts that will form the core of the pom-pom guns, and 8 replacement blast bags for the 15-inch guns. This kit, which is the upgrade kit for the upgrade kit, contains its own single-page instruction manual. This kit has a single, very small sheet of photo etch to build the components that sit on top of the B turret, along with 4 resin replacement turrets for the main armament, 4 optical rangefinders to be attached to the main turrets in 2 variants, 8 resin blast bags for the main armament, 7 UP launcher bases, 7 UP launcher tubes, and 2 sets of platforms with higher detail than the plastic parts that are provided with the kit. The last kit to look at is the wooden deck set from Pontos. There are 4 sections of teak colored wood decking in this pack, a forward section, a mid section, and an aft section, with the final piece being a small section that goes on the aft of the first level deck. The deck kit also contains a replacement anchor chain, along with a very small photo etch kit to replace the top of the hatches on the deck, and a set of dry transfer depth markings. And that is everything. In the next video I'll start the construction of the hood by gluing together the hull. If you would like to follow this build series, then please subscribe to the channel. It will help with the channel growth, and it will notify you when I release a new video. I will try to release a video every week, possibly every 2 weeks. I just need to see how it goes. Thanks for watching. Cheers.